The State House of Assembly's chamber welcomed top government officials, including Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, political allies, and legislators for the presentation of the 2026 appropriation bill. Speaker Olamide Olajiji set the tone as the House convened for a special plenary session.
That the governor of Ondo State, Senator Dr. Lucky Aiyedatiwa, do present this year, the year 2026 budget speech to the Honorable Assembly. Those who will say aye? Aye. Those who will say nay? I have it.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa announced that the government has been forced to reduce the 2025 budget from 698.659 billion naira to 489.998 billion due to the non-availability of expected donor funds and other revenue sources. He said current data indicates that only half of the anticipated financial inflows will be realized, creating a risk to the water sector performance as well as jobs and economic benefits previously forecasted. The governor said that the budget revision was essential to remove overly optimistic projections and ensure a more equitable allocation of state resources. Despite these fiscal challenges, Governor Aiyedatiwa highlighted the progress made over the past year thanks to careful and efficient management of the funds available.
Total of 2,100 teachers were employed for primary and secondary school across the state to enhance learning outcomes. Government eased financial pressure on families by paying 633.9 million naira for West African Examination Council fees for 23,048 students, and we fully funded NAPTEP registration for all eligible public school candidates. Scholarship and bursary support of 350 million naira was provided to 11,358 tertiary institution students. A total of 134 primary schools were built and renovated alongside provision of furniture and learning materials at a cost of 6.738 billion. Another 60 secondary schools were rehabilitated with 3.108 billion naira through a strategic partnership with the Caribbean Maritime University of Jamaica. Osrc is establishing a School of Maritime Studies and Logistics. This new school will be located in the Govt to enhance maritime education and industry growth. Key road realization projects, including the Okiaro-Idore Road, Akumbai-Karen Road, and the 27.5-kilometer Okibai-Govt Road, have recorded substantial advancement. The school shuttle scheme, suspended since 2020, was restored in 2025 to support student transportation across the state.
While presenting the 2026 budget framework, Governor Aiyedatiwa explained that the proposal is largely based on the macroeconomic assumptions outlined in the National Governors Forum endorsed medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. He outlined 8 key policy priorities for the 2026 fiscal year, which include food security, human capital development, infrastructure expansion, internally generated revenue reform, community development, social protection, economic diversification, and prudent fiscal management. The proposed budget features are recurrent to capital expenditure ratio of 42.78% to 57.22%, signaling a commitment to completing ongoing infrastructure projects and preventing abandoned works throughout the state.
Resilient and inclusive community development is one of our policy calls for this year, and this will be pursued by strengthening grassroots governance and community-led development. We will improve access to basic services and build resilience against climate risks. We enhance security of lives and property through community policing and collaboration between our own homegrown security agents and and conventional security bodies.
Governor Aiyedatiwa commended the lawmakers for their contributions to governance and extended his appreciation to residents of the state, including security agencies, traditional rulers, religious leaders, youths, unions, professionals, development partners, NGOs, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders for their continued support for his administration. He called on the Assembly to give the 2026 appropriation bill that same thorough consideration as past budgets, emphasizing his administration's dedication to diligent and timely execution for the welfare of the people.
The budget proposal, total of 492.795 billion naira, has 210.8 billion naira proposed for recurrent expenditure, while 281.99 billion naira is allocated to capital projects for the 2026 fiscal year. The budget, tagged Budget of Economic Consolidation, reflects the present administration's commitment to sustaining growth, strengthening institutions, and completing ongoing projects across the states. Speaking after receiving the budget, the Speaker, Olamide Oladiji, commended the Governor for the timely submission of the 2026 appropriation bill, noting that the early presentation would allow the House ample time for comprehensive evaluation.
I extend my heartfelt appreciation to His Excellency Govt. For presenting this 2026 budget proposal in a timely manner and allow this honorable House to conduct a thorough scrutiny of the financial document. Your leadership style has been exemplary, and we appreciate your unwavering support to this assembly since your adoption of office.
While highlighting the governor's commitment to peace, stability, and progress, which he said has fostered a conducive environment for smooth collaboration between the executive and the legislature. Oladiji also lauded the government for approving the Consolidated Legislative Salary Scheme Fund for the first time in 2026, saying the initiative will significantly boost the productivity and dedication of assembly staff.
I particularly want to thank the government for the recent approval of the Consolidated Legislative Salary Structure Fund for the staff. This gesture demonstrates your commitment to the welfare of the progress and the political class. We are grateful.
Other lawmakers who spoke praised the governor's leadership style, describing it as exemplary, and acknowledged the administration's consistent support for the legislature. They reiterated the readiness of the Assembly to work closely with the governor and its team towards advancing the development of Ondo State.
We are approaching the end of the year. Thank God Almighty, life of our leader, the governor of Ondo State, Dr. Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Our leader, your leader, the leader of all of us in Ondo State. I thank you for what you are doing with steadfastness, the infrastructural strides, better in Ondo State, and now you say that at the end of your first 4 years, Ondo State will be known as a bastion of infrastructural strength in the whole of the country. Thank you, Your Excellency.
After a voice vote, the House then committed the budget to the Committee on Finance and Appropriation for further legislative action.
Those who give us the aye? Those who give us the aye have it.
The International Culture and Event Center, the Dome in Akure, hosted the grand finale of the 2025 Public Service Week, welcoming workers from Ondo State alongside top government officials led by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. The event, themed Rejuvenating Public Service for Effective Service Delivery, featured a special lecture. In his welcome address, Head of Service Bayo Philip described the occasion as a chance to celebrate the dedication, resilience, and professionalism that characterize Ondo State's public service.
In a fast-changing world, governance is evolving. Citizens' expectations are higher than ever. While technology continues to redefine how institutions operate, to remain effective, therefore, the public service must move from routine to result. We must move from process to performance and from excuses to excellence.
In separate goodwill messages, Chairman of the Civil Service Commission, Joseph Kudenyibu, and Chairman of the Local Government Service Commission, Femi Idris, described Ondo State workers as a true reflection of the government.
The civil service is the engine of government, which means that the operators of the civil service must be trained, they must be properly trained.
Workers in Ondo State, you are the mirror of Ondo State government. You are the first contact to any outside world.
Former Ekiti State Head of Service and guest lecturer, Dr. Olugbenga Fashiluka, stressed the need to rejuvenate Nigeria's public service through a robust policy and legal framework that can tackle poverty, corruption, insecurity, and politicization of appointments. Fashiluka said the country's economy and social challenges have weakened governance and hindered public institutions.
The federal government has increased the retirement age of teachers from the provisions of the regulation to 40 years. The regulation has not been amended. So, an attempt by the service of the democracy or its leadership to draw the attention of government to that is what might be referred to as power of opposition, and which we must be properly understood.
He urged stakeholders to continuously reinvent the public service for relevance. Governor Aiyedatiwa congratulated Ondo State workforce and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to their welfare.
It is common knowledge that the strength of government lies in the competence and dedication of its workforce. The public service remains the technical and professional hub of governance. Every successful policy, developmental strides, and positive change that citizens feel begins with the diligence of public servants. The public service represents both the administrative and professional officers, as well as other categories of supporting staff who provide institutional knowledge and carry out day-to-day functions.
He also noted efforts to strengthen public institutions and enhance service delivery by recruiting new personnel into key sectors of the state's workforce.
We are fully committed to motivating our workforce. Therefore, we will continue to prioritize the welfare of workers, ensuring that public servants are empowered to perform optimally. The modest achievements we have recorded in education, healthcare, infrastructure, and agriculture under our ease policy thrust are products of your unwavering commitment and cooperation. For this, I say a big thank you to all of you.
Outstanding individuals were honored with awards of excellence in recognition of their contributions to the growth and development of the state. The flag off of the 6-kilometer Akure-Imafon Road project drew top government officials, religious leaders, traditional rulers, political allies, and members of the public. Olumafon, Oba Aliu Adegbeyingbe, described the project as a beacon of hope and progress for the community. He commended Governor Aiyedatiwa for transforming the community's request into concrete action.
Imafon is one of the most peaceful communities in Ondo State. Our people are law-abiding, hardworking, supportive of every government effort. toward development.
Chairman of Akure North Local Government, Johnson Ogunbolude, pledged full support from the council to Governor Aiyedatiwa in fulfilling his mandate.
It shows us that you are a promise keeper. Because I can remember during your electioneering campaign, where the good people of Imaton run out in mass to demand for attention of this road, and today you are attending to it. Mr. Governor, we appreciate it.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa reaffirmed his administration's commitment to closing the state's infrastructure gap, highlighting infrastructural growth and human capital development of the East policy aimed at accelerating human progress. He said good road networks are the lifeblood of a modern economy.
This event stands as yet another clear demonstration of our administration's unwavering commitment to fulfilling the promises we made to the good people of the Sunshine State during our electioneering campaign and at our inauguration in February this year. These very projects represent a strategic response by our administration to the age-long yearnings of the people of this part of the state capital. Now I can tell you that your patience and perseverance have finally paid off. For many years, you have undertaken community intervention to keep this road network passable, and now government has taken over that burden. Your loyalty and sacrifice has not gone unrewarded.
Aiyedatiwa said the State Executive Council has approved the rehabilitation and construction of over 101 kilometers of new roads across the state's 3 senatorial districts, assuring that administration will complete all inherited projects, including the ongoing construction of the Ijokadua carriageway.
Dear people of Akure North, particularly those from Ibaturu, Ala, Imafon, and adjoining communities, I earnestly solicit the cooperation of all stakeholders towards ensuring that this project progress swiftly, especially before the dry season ends.
From Akure to Imafon here in the Gaturu is hereby flagged off for construction in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Speaking with newsmen, the Olumafon, Oba Aliu Adegbengbe, and Mr. Leye Akinola says the impacts of the road project are enormous.
This community has not had it so better than now. This is also a promise fulfilled. This is also to tell you that Dr. Lucky Orimisan Aiyedatiwa is a man of his word.
Governor said we should cooperate and support the contractors. So my message to them is to support them. All they need, we need to assist and support them.
Once completed, the project is expected to boost the area's economic growth and support full self-sufficiency. The delegation of the Federal Ministry of Education was led to the Government House in Akure by the Minister, Dr. Tunji Alausa, and was received by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa in company of some members of the State Executive Council. The people are in the state for the 69th National Council on Education meeting. Dr. Alausa applauded the strides of Governor Aiyedatiwa towards improving the education sector in the state and recalled some of his efforts in the past to promote the education sector at all levels. The minister, who appreciated the state for hosting the National Council meeting, said decisions on education agenda are taken at the meeting. The minister, who stressed the need to revamp technical education in the country and promote all-round development, also highlighted efforts of his ministry.
The belief of Mr. President was that, Nigerian youth and members, if you ask to don't want to do technical education, that government is not giving them the opportunity. And as we roll that achievement initiative, that's exactly what Mr. President said over 16 months ago, it's what's playing out. We rolled out the Tibet initiative where we're training youth, 6-month practical-based at the state training centers, vocational enterprise institute, and federal technical colleges. We opened the portal within 10 days, 1.3 million youths applied. We had to close it quickly. We verified now got 6,000 of them. Full verification, cross-check the BVN with their NI. So we have 90,000 people that we're going to train, and I'm happy to report to you, the first cohort, up to 50,000 of them have started their training.
According to him, training of teachers is paramount to the ministry for effective and efficient service delivery. Governor Aiyedatiwa, while welcoming the team, commended the minister for advancing the education sector.
The case you mentioned, even about the school here in Akure, one school in Akure, he was even abroad, if I could recall.
Yes.
And I got a call on my phone. That means even anywhere you are, that is efficiency, that is dedication, that is, having your eye in whatever you're doing and the institution you are leading. From there, the call just comes in, there's a case happening in one of the secondary schools in your state, and please, I want you to take. And I just said, I'm aware already, and we're taking action. And I just sent a message back to me, this is something what we have done. And that was it. That is collaboration by excellence.
Aiyedatiwa described education as the bedrock of the economy and existence.
Biggest economy in the world today, Canada, America, it's sitting on knowledge economy. And we talk about knowledge economy, sitting on the tripod, education, information technology, and skill, high skill, asset, very big things. That is driving knowledge economy. And that is what we are bringing to bear here. I like the other one you mentioned about data, that you are doing that, because leaders take decisions based on information that's at their disposal. And it's the data you gather that you process that become information. That is what you take decisions. So it's very, very important.
The 69th National Council on Education is holding at the International Culture and Event Center, the Dome, in Akure.
The 69th National Council on Education brought together stakeholders from various sectors to deliberate on strategies for revitalizing Nigeria's education system. The theme of the summit is quality education, data and professionalization of teaching, tools for enhanced national development. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa commended President Bola Tinubu for his visionary leadership and renewed commitment towards advancing quality education and human capital development across the country.
From the pioneering free education policy of the old Western region to our present-day investment in digital learning, teacher welfare, and school infrastructure, Ondo State has always been the trailblazer, and it continues to stand tall as a beacon of quality education and responsible governance in Nigeria.
The governor reaffirmed the resolve of his administration to continue investing in education, describing teachers as the engine room for shaping the future of Nigerians' youth.
Ondo State is proud to be fully aligned with these objectives, ensuring that no learner is left behind. Quality education data is the foundation of every effective education system. Policymakers rely on accurate, reliable, and up-to-date data as source of information to make informed decisions, allocate resources efficiently, and plan strategically. With dependable data, we can track progress, evaluate interventions, and identify areas requiring improvement.
In their remarks, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, and the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Sahid Ahmad, applauded Governor Aiyedatiwa for his proactive leadership and dedication to promoting educational excellence driven by innovation, accountability, and inclusivity.
As part of our efforts to continue to promote an effective digitization agenda, all structure of our education system will be digitized as well. From the foundational learning sector, the Federal Education Quality Assurance Department has digitized the national instruments for monitoring, evaluation, and grading of basic and secondary schools.
To achieve this requires tracking the skill of teachers through strict adherence to the digital portal that is designed to provide a credible database for Nigeria's teachers, streamlining licensing and promoting professionalism in teaching worldwide.
Dr. Lausa noted that the federal government under President Bola Tinubu has taken significant steps to reposition the nation's education system. Ondo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Igbekele Ajibefun, highlighted the essence of the summit, calling on all Nigerians to collaborate with government in creating a conducive environment for educational development.
I urge all participants to actively engage, share innovative ideas, and propose actionable solutions that will translate into tangible improvements across Nigeria's education sector. May this gathering not only inspire dialogue, but also produce practical recommendations that will transform the education sector for generations to come.
Stakeholders in the education sector expressed optimism that policies and programs discussed at the summit will be implemented to drive development across the country.